What up, y'all? It's your girl Shining Light. I'm here to do a quick reading on the channel that we have activated today. We have channel 360, which is the channel of mutation. All right, and now mutation is that slow change and process within that can be seen without as well. Okay, transformation, I think that's more of a quicker process, but this mutation takes longer because it gets down to your DNA. It gets down to the essence and the building blocks of your being, your soul. Think of Professor Xavier and the X-Men, you know, and all of these different mutants. Some external factor happens, like Spider-Man and the radioactive spider, or being born, some transmutation that takes place in your DNA, and then all of a sudden you're either born or you awaken to these new powers within, or you awaken to this new form, this new version of yourself that is radically different from the way you used to be or the way the others around you are. Okay, so we have Mercury in under hexagram 3 or gate 3, which is difficulty at the beginning. So it's like Mercury deals with not just communication, but also your mind and your mental capacities, so your ways of thinking. So it could be a transmutation to the way that you think about things. Since it's an early hexagram, it makes me think more of like your beginnings, your childhood, or the way that you were brought up to think and to see things. All right, so with Mercury being in 3 line 4, that actually changes to hexagram 17. And the hexagram 17 is called following. Following what? Following your mind, following your higher mind, following this new way of thinking. Like in the beginning, it was hard to control your mind and your overthinking, or the way you see things, the negative way of seeing things or thinking about things. And since we're dealing with yourself, it could be negative ways of thinking about yourself. All right, so it's a transmutation that's getting ready to happen, or that is happening with your mindset. All right, so then we also have Pluto, which deals with the hidden things, the things we like, either the dark dank shit that we don't like to face or we don't want others to know about us. All right, that's under hexagram or gate 60, which is limitation. All right, so this is like Pluto is telling you to accept the limits that have been placed in your life, whatever these limits are. And we tend to focus on it too much and place too much emphasis on it and overthink about our limits. But if you just learn to accept that there are certain limits that God has put in place in your life, then you'll stop fighting to get against it. It's one of those things where, what's that prayer of serenity? To accept the things that you can't change. That's where this comes into play. All right, so Pluto is telling you, there are certain things that you can't control, but acknowledging that is like the first step. That's like half the battle right then and there, to be able to acknowledge these things, acknowledge your weaknesses, acknowledge your flaws, acknowledge the things that are imperfect within you that makes you a perfect human being. All right, and so Pluto being at 60 line 5, That changes to hexagram 19, which is approach. So, like, what I'm getting from this is we're starting to approach a point to where the hand of God is about to move. Like, think of like children playing as a matter of fact, for Easter, children going out doing the Easter egg hunt, and the adults are in the role of leadership. That would kind of be like, okay, God or the creator, spirit. And the children are all excited and they want to go out there and go find as many eggs as possible and be the one to find the golden egg, right? But at one point, you had to wait for church service to be over. Then after the service was over, you had to wait for your parents to finish talking to sister whoever and brother whoever, and then you finally were able to go out into the field, but you had to stop and you had to wait. You had to wait behind the line. And it's like spirit, Pluto is like representing the adults telling you, no, not yet. You have to wait behind this line. You can't go just yet. And you're feeling all the anxiousness and nervousness. You're looking at all the other children. You're seeing who runs the fastest, who's able to find the most eggs last year, that you're trying to beat out, who won the golden egg last year. So you're dealing with all the anxiousness. You're thinking about where you're going to go, where you're going to look, and all of that good stuff. Right? So now it's like Pluto is at the point to where everything is about to be equal. The playing field is about to be level. Right? So you had some who had a head start in life, or who were able to get out there into the world and chase and hunt down that golden egg in their lives before you. All right? But Spirit is giving you the chance and the opportunity to get out there and get it now. Maybe the ones who went before you were like the little smaller children. You have a handicap in your life that was keeping you back from going for that golden egg because you are more powerful. You have more gifts and skills than you realize. Okay? And so right now it's the playing field is being leveled. The little ones have been let go, and now it's time for you to go. Now the adults are saying, all right, big kids, go. Now it's your turn to go out there and try to find the golden egg. Right? So, let's see. Oh yeah. So, I like to try to incorporate acupressure in my readings, so we can try to like ground this energy and give you something tangible to actually use from day to day. All right, so it's one thing to know, oh, Mercury is under hexagram 3, it's in Aries, and it's like, okay, it's one thing to know that, but it's like, okay, how do I apply that to my life? How do I take advantage of that? What can I do to utilize this energy in my life? Well, one thing that I found is using acupressure. Each hexagram is associated with a point in your body, an energy center that deals with, with your health, with dis-ease or illness. So that's just to make things, short and to the point. So hexagram 3 in line 17, well, hexagram 17, since line 3, like I said earlier, 3-4 is moving to 17. So that means we're more than likely receiving energy from hexagram 17. That's the energy that we're moving into, that we're aspiring to move to. All right, so with this difficulty in the beginning, it's pushing us towards this following energy. Who are we following? Our higher selves, our higher minds. All right, and to tap into that, one way to tap into that is to activate or stimulate this acupressure point that's associated with 17. All right, and the one associated with hexagram 17 is large intestine 5. All right, it's called the yang stream. Large intestine 5, located on your wrist, helps you to tap into this stream of this energy. It helps to clear your mind. It relaxes and it softens. It helps to stimulate transformation and detoxification. So what I would like to do is activate and stimulate this point, focusing on clearing your mind, detoxing from all of the old ways of thinking, the overthinking, letting all of that shit go. All right, releasing the victimization of others' opinions. You know, no longer wondering and worrying about what others think about you, what others' opinions are of you, or letting go of these old negative toxic opinions of yourself. Because remember, the children are all in line getting ready to go hunt these Easter eggs, and they're looking at these bigger, taller, faster kids, the ones who got the most eggs last year, and they're comparing themselves, you know, and you're thinking, you know, oh my God, I'm not as fast as this person. Oh my God, I'm not as skilled at this as this person. I'm not as wealthy and successful as this person. But you have your own strengths. You have your own powers. You're not in the little kids line anymore. You're in the big kids line now. All right. So stimulating this pressure point would be good for clearing your mind and releasing all of these negative thoughts that you tend to be stuck in and overly focused on. Okay. So Pluto being under hexagram 60, moving to 19, that one deals with the conception vessel 3. This one is located like below your navel, on the front line of your body. Okay, it's for grounding, centering, and aligning. It's the spot for balancing, bringing balance and harmony within yourself. Okay, so this point in your body helps you to no longer be a victim of oversensitivity, to ground yourself in who you are, knowing who you are, knowing that you have just as much potential to find that golden egg as everyone else in line with you. Grounding your energy, you know, because when you tend to overthink and you stay stuck in your mind a lot, you tend to be more in the ethers, in the ethereal realm. And a good way to combat that is to ground yourself, to do some grounding exercises, you know, to go out there and do some earthing, to reconnect to your body, you know. And this point, conception vessel 3, is a good point to stimulate and focus on grounding and making sure that you are centered. All right. right, so let's see. I'm going to pull a crystal card real quick. And then I'm going to wrap this up, bring this to a close. All right, beloveds. What crystal healing card do you have for us now? What crystal healing do you have for us now? What crystal healing do you have for the collective, beloveds? What crystal healing do you have for us, beloveds? All right. So we have Polychrome Jasper and Tiger's Eye. So Polychrome Jasper, the card number is 31. 3 and 1, that reduces to that 4. So once again, it's that grounding, stability, earthing energy. Both of these cards are more of the crystals are more of a brown and orange. These are earthy colors. So off top, like I said, that's that earthing. That's that needing to ground these energies that you're receiving from spirit that's triggering your mutation. You know, it's like bringing back the children on that Easter egg hunt, which is so funny because the shape of this tiger's eye crystal is like an egg. What popped into my mind is a child that hasn't been able to find as many eggs. They may have had 1 or 2 eggs in their basket, and they're kind of sad and distraught because they feel like they won't be able to find as many eggs as the other kids. Every time they go to find one and try to get an egg, somebody beats them to it or takes it right before they can get it. And this child is standing there beneath a tree crying, and as they're walking with these tears in their eyes, obstructing their view, clouding their view, and then they trip. And as they're crying because they're sad, they're mad, they're hurt, you know, they may have scraped their knees, messed up their pretty new little outfit, their Easter outfit. As soon as they wipe their eyes and they look, and there's the golden egg laying right there in front of them. So it didn't matter that they only had 1 or 2 eggs earlier. If that, they have just come across, stumbled across, or was led, however you see it, to this golden egg. That golden egg means many different things for many different people. Tiger's eye, it could be your own self-power, your sense of self-worth. You know, this card is purple. It could be your connection to spirit, your ability to communicate with spirit. This other card is more of a grayish blue. I see it as more of a third eye color. This is like maybe close to an indigo color. It could be your intuition, your creativity, your ability to visualize or see things as they truly are. Whatever that golden egg is for you, spirit is going to release the limitations that have been blocking you, that have been stopping you. All right, they were put in place for a reason. So we have Polychrome Jasper and Tiger's Eye. Let me look these up real quick. So the Jasper is about belonging and remembering why you're here on earth. It's about for healing. It helps to clear out any ancestral distress that's in your DNA. Like I said earlier, this mutation is going down to the DNA, to the essence, the building blocks of who you are. So not only are you healing yourself, but you're healing those that came before you and those that are coming after you too. Oh. All right, so with Tiger's Eye, number 9. This card is about empowerment. It symbolizes prosperity and encourages the right use of power. All right, it's a reminder that you are a child of the sun and the earth with untold powers. Right? It's time to bring your hidden talents to the fore and to accept your imperfections. Like I was saying earlier, perfectly imperfect. Your imperfections is what makes you a perfect human being, and being able to accept that and acknowledge that, acknowledge your limitations. Yeah, it may be a bit hard in the beginning, but that's the fuel for the fire. That's that pressure that makes that diamond. Oh, moro. All right, it's about unlocking your creativity. And it said long journeys and celebrations lie ahead. So, I say it's a time of celebration. Like I said, the Easter egg hunt is that child who at first they couldn't find any eggs. If they found one or two, all the other children had their baskets full of eggs, was probably laughing at them, mocking them. Ha ha, you only have 2 eggs. Look at my full basket. But in the end, that baby got the golden egg. So who's laughing now? Oh. All right, beloved. So I'm going to pull a personal power card. What card do you have for us? We have I deserve respect. Number 2. Anything else, beloved? I am beautiful. Number 29. Anything else, beloved? All right, and I release what doesn't serve me. Number 19. And so for my people who are into numerology, into numbers, we have number 31, which reduces to a 4. We have number 9, number 2, number 29, which reduces to master number 11. Or we can break that down even further to 2. And then we have number 19, which breaks down to 10 and reduces to 1. All right. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for all your love and support, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.